Hi friends. I already shared you that I'm going to upload videos from Unit 1 Organization Theory Behavior. Okay, from the subject Organization Theory and Behavior, Unit 1, I'm going to explain the topic. Here, introduction. Let's we discuss about the introduction. OTB. OTB is nothing but it is a organization theory and behavior. Okay, is the study of how organization are structured, managed, and how people behave within organization to achieve organizational goals effectively. And objectives. Objectives of this is understand organizational structure and improve employee performance, achieve organizational goals, and improve decision making, increase effectiveness. Okay, now what are the objective? First objective is that they understand the organizational structure and improve the employee performance. Third one is achieve organizational goals, improve decision making, and increase efficiency. This is most important objective in the organizational theory behavior. And definition, if you see the definition of this, organization is a group of people working together in a planned and coordinated manner to achieve common objective. Example is example is banks, hospitals, IT companies, colleges, schools, okay, companies, firms, industries. These all are the organization example. Okay, and after that, if you talk about the characteristics of a organization, already I have discussed, right? What is characteristics of organization? Group of people. Okay, group of people, decision of work, coordination, authority and responsibility, communication, rules and procedures, dynamic in nature, continuous existence. And if you talk about the most important aspect here is nature of organization, goal oriented, flexible, social system, and open system. Okay, na? I hope you people understood introduction of marketing. And after that, if you talk about this importance of organization here, in importance of organization, that achieve organizational objective, improves coordination, increase efficiency, and promotes specialization, facilitates communication. Okay, facilitates communication. And after that, once again, okay, facilitate communication, increase efficiency, promotes specialization, and after that reduces conflicts, supports growth and expansion. This for that importance of organization. And after that, need for management, it is a process of planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, right? Already I have mentioned you people. So here, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling resources to achieve organizational goals efficiently and effectively. So what is that? Planning is one objective, organizing, staffing and directing. This is all the process of planning in a management. What is the first one? Planning, organizing, staffing and directing. Inputs I already mentioned you, men, materials, machinery, money. These all are the inputs. And output, what is the outputs? Goods, services, profit, productivity, customer satisfaction is most important. And controlling, in between controlling how it is happening, planning, organizing, staffing and directing. And importance of management, just now we have spoken about the importance of organization. Now importance of management, what are the important? These three aspects is very important to the organization, to employees, to society. If you subdivide to organization, how it is important? Achieve goals, targets, improves productivity, better understanding and decision making, efficient resources utilization, and also profit maximization. Okay, and job employees, motivation, job satisfaction, career development, better communication. This is for employment, so importance of management, employees, and society. society. So here if you see to society, how it is to society, it is important to society, like employment generation, people will get there will be directly or indirectly economic development growth happens, right? With the help of the employment generation, unemployment level will be come down and employment level will be grow, and economic development, better standard of living. Okay na, so better standard of living also very important, right? So better standard of living, these all are the important concepts to importance of management is that to organization, to organization, how it is important: achieve goals, improve productivity, better understanding, decision making, efficient resources utilization, profit maximization. And to employees, motivation, job satisfaction, career development, better communication. To society, employment generation, economic development, better understanding, better standard of living. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, I hope this is very helpful for you guys. Take screenshot. Okay, so let's we move in another concept. So we have completed the topic, and now let's we discuss about the factors controlling and increasing significance of management. First factor is the globalization, operate across countries, technological development, rapid changes require skilled managers to adopt new technologies, increasing competition. Organization need effective management to survive and grow in competitive markets. Industrial growth, expansion of industries has increased organizational complexity, changing customer expectation, better quality, obviously customer want better quality, faster service, innovation. Okay, and economic development, growing economic require professional management process. HRM is nothing but human resources management. Managing diverse workforce has become more challenging. Environmental sustainability, organization must adopt sustainable and environmentally responsible practices. Digital transformation is nothing but growth of e-commerce, AI and digital technologies has increased the importance of management. Government regulation, I said rules and regulations also very important aspect or factor in contributing the increasing significance of management. Must comply with law and regulation. And social responsibility, business are expected to contribute to society while earnings profits. CSR, I will give you example as CSR. CSR is nothing but social corporate social responsibility. If the company nicely in crores turnover is there, means automatically government will what do they will take them into CSR aspect. CSR nothing but they have to contribute. The business company have to contribute some amount to the CSR to help the unemployed, poverty dissolve. Social responsibility, that only. Okay, is I'm clear? So let's we move into another concept, functions of management. Functions of management, this is very important concept here. Functions of management. So planning, I already said you. Okay, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. Take screenshots of this. Okay, make your own notes. It is very easy for you to while preparing. Levels of management, if you talk about the levels of management, already I have explained in group explained in video. Top level management, CEO, managing director, chairman, they are the top level management persons. And department managers, various departments is there na, sales department, purchase department, production department, and so on. So and branch managers also very important. Mid level management responsibilities, implement policies, coordinate departments, supervisor, lower management. And lower level management here, supervisor, team leader, foreman, this all comes under the lower level management. Responsibility, if you talk about the responsibility, this CEO and managing director responsibility is the strategic planning, policy formulation, long term decision. And coming to the Middleman manager and branch manager, what are their responsibility? Implement the policies, coordinate with department, supervise lower management. These are their responsibilities. And coming to the lower level management, supervisor, team leader, foreman, supervise workers, daily operations, maintain discipline is all. I hope you people understood. Please take screenshot here. Okay. And evolution of organization theory, I already said you. Classical theory, is I am clear. Classical theory, neoclassical theory, modern theory. In the classical and managerial skills, technical skills, knowledge to specific jobs and techniques, human skills, ability to work effectively with people, conceptual skills, ability to understand the organization as a whole and solve complex problems, decision making skills, ability to choose the best alternative, communication skills, ability to exchange informed clearly and effectively. Is I am clear? So classical theory is nothing but focus on structure and specialization and efficiency of the workers. And neoclassical theory is the focus on human relations and employee behaviors. And modern focuses theory focus on system approach, contingency and adapting the environmental challenges. Please take screenshot of this. Okay, let's we move to other topic. Principles of management. Principles of management is nothing but division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, okay, equity, initiative, team spirit. And modern challenges, globalization, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, employee diversity, remote work, environmental sustainability, cyber security, rapid technological changes. These all are the modern challenges what the organizations are facing today. And theory X. Theory X, I already said you guys, right? Developed by Douglas MC Gregor, and he will ask explain the MC Gregor theory. Itla kuda adugutar, they will ask like this also. So you people have to know that theory X is the MC Gregor's theory. It assumes that employees naturally dislike work and need to supervise and strict control. Assumptions, employee dislike work, avoid responsibility, need constant supervision, must be controlled and directed, motivated mainly by money and job security. Here management style, if you talk about the what are the management styles they are following. Here management style, authoritarian, centralized decision making, close supervision. Okay, advantage, useful in routine or respective jobs, quick decision making. Disadvantage, lower employee, I already mentioned you, if like this strict rules and regulations they will keep in the organization, there will be low employee motivation, reduced continuity or creativity. Okay na, there will be poor job satisfaction. By this what happened, employees will leave the job again, company have to face the problems. Okay, by the following theory X rules. He only given another thing, that is a theory, what do you say, theory Z, sorry, not theory Y, theory Y, theory X, Douglas Max Groger only given, assumes that employee enjoy work, accept responsibility and can motivate themselves. They have to motivate themselves ma. How? By the assumptions, by the assumptions what, enjoy work, okay, accept responsibility, are creative and innovation, can exercise self-control, seek opportunities to grow. Management style, democratic, employee involvement should be there, decentralized decision there. In management style, if you see in theory X, there is no democratic. The only, the top level management are going to take care and give the instructions. Here democratic. Advantage, high motivation, better the teamwork, increase the productivity, greater innovation. Disadvantage, what are the disadvantage? Decision making may be too longer, take too longer time, not suitable for every employee or situation. I hope you guys understood this. Now coming into theory Z. Theory Z also is very important. Here theory Z was implemented once again. Yeah, theory Z is implemented by Japanese and American managerial practices and long-term employment. Assumption, employee are loyal, teamwork is important, long-term employment, increase commitment, mutual transformation. Management style, long-term employment, collective decision making, employee participation, mutual trust, continuous training. They will give training. Advantages, high employee loyalty, better job satisfaction, strong organizational, improved productivity. Disadvantage, slow decision making, difficult to implement in all organizations. I hope if you compare the theory, okay, theory X, theory Y, and theory Z. I'm really happy with the theory Z. Okay, in my point of view, what do you say? Okay, comment to me in comment box. I will know which style of theories you would like to implement in organization, whether theory X, theory Y, or theory Z, and why you want to implement that. Comment to me really if you like this concept. Okay, and completed, ma. So, guys. I'm here to help you all people. I'm trying my level best. Okay, please encourage me, ma. I know that you are subscribing my channel, and make others also subscribe my channel, share my channel. Okay, if you are having in any friends group, any family groups, okay, any class groups, previous class groups, try to share my video to them, so maybe it's helpful for them, and ask them to subscribe my channel. And you people support me, I definitely support you. If you having any queries, if you having any doubts regarding any subject, please message me. I will get back to you. I will reply you compulsory. Okay, now don't think that ma'am will not reply. I will reply. So any queries if you are having, as much as possible, I will try to make a video on that particular subject and I will upload it. Okay, I'm always there to help you all, guys. Wish you the all the best. Please take screenshots of this video, notes what I have shared now, and try to prepare yourself. And in next video, I'm going to share Unit 1 Organizational Theory Behavior most important repeated questions. You guys, please make notes, take that questions in your notes and frame your own answer by using various sources, whether online surfing, or else if you having books, collect from books, from any other sources. You people try to frame your own answer.